Where is the midline? Okay, so midline is here. Right? So normally it is at 0, so that got the vertical shift, right? And what is the amplitude? So amplitude is this, right? The amplitude is just half of this difference. So 5 minus 1 is 4, which is from here to here, divided by 2 is that. And that's the way you can check if it's not clear. And the period, 2, right? So this is going down here and then again going down here, right? So this is the period. Is it shifted? Which way is it shifted? You can also think of it as a flipped sine wave, right? Because if you did a negative, right, it will be like this. Or you can just not worry about that and just look at a shift. So if it is the sine wave, it would have started from here, right? It would have started like this. So you can think of it like it got shifted by that much. We have to figure out the horizontal shift. If we're writing it as a sine, then where does sine start, right? It starts at 0 and goes up. So it is happening here, right? That's how sine would start. But that should happen at 0, right? It should have done this here. We see that it got shifted. This point is shifted here. We have a phase shift. Phase shift is 1 and vertical shift is 3, right? And period is 2 and amplitude is also 2, right? Now we can write it. We can write it as a sine bx minus e plus d. Because this was just c over b, but we don't need to worry about it. We just need to plug in the values. If they have given it to us, then we may have to think about it. But right now it's very simple. Amplitude is 2. We know this is 2. And we know the period is what? Period is 2. But how do you get the period from this b? 2 pi over b. And this is phase shift is 1, so that is 1. And remember, going right, we take it as a positive phase shift because we already have a minus here. And vertical shift is 3, correct? So we have to figure out what b is. What is b? B is pi. And now we can complete the equation. 2 sine and b is pi. So pi x minus, this is 1, and plus 3. But just to show you that you can write actually different equations which are all correct. You could also think of this as that the sine function got shifted left, right? Because this is also starting from 0 and going up, correct? So you could also think that it got shifted left by 1. That means if we did phase shift as -1, that will also be correct. If instead of 1, we used phase shift as -1, that answer is also correct. So in that case, this will become pi x plus pi. And that is also okay. I'm just trying to show you that you can get different equations which are correct. If you thought of this as a cosine wave, then you will see, oh, cosine starts from 1 and goes down. Then that is shifted by that much. Then the phase shift will be 1.5 if we have to write it as a cosine. Maybe we'll look at an example of writing the cosine.